Hey everybody, Tiny Green from the Hoop Group here with me today is one of my favorite people, our digital director, Dave Krupinski. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing really well, Tiny. Exciting weekend we had.
You know, Dave is usually on the other side of the camera directing me, telling me what to do, but today we get a chance to hear some of his thoughts. Dave, tell me your overall thoughts about the Battle of the Boardwalk.
It was a great weekend, both Saturday and Sunday for the boys and girls. I know, Tiny, you're more interested in the girls. Sunday, that's what we're here to talk about. The short conference is great again this year. It was just a great day from start to finish. 5 great games.
Well, Dave, let me say this. Me and you talk about the girls all the time. We have discussions about who the best players are and things like that. Just your overall thoughts about your first time actually to see the girls really in action in one spot.
Yeah, I get to see some of the girls that come in here and work out. We're in here at the office all the time at Hoop Group, so I get to see some of the girls shoot around, participate in drills. But this was really the first time I got to see a lot of the girls in live game action, and I walked away really impressed.
Well, the first game of the day was a doozy. Sir George Solis and his Rumson babies versus Neptune, who has been the powerhouse in the Shore for years now, and they've won 3 straight Shore championships. They've graduated 4 Division I players, and now they have a chance to redo it, remake themselves. They took on Rumson, with Rumson coming out ahead. What was your thoughts on that game?
It was a cold morning on Sunday, but the gym heated up pretty quick with Neptune and Rumson. The point guard play really fueled everything with Jess Harvey and Naja Carter. They really just went toe-to-toe, head-to-head, back and forth, and it was really a great game. You got to showcase a lot of young talent between Neptune and Rumson. Well,
it's funny. George has played a tough schedule all year, playing the Manasquans of the world, playing the Point Boros, playing the Jacksons of the world, all ranked teams in the state. I think that paid off for him. And, of course, Jess Harvey is now elevated her stature to the point where she has to be an all-shore player right now, today. And there are some people who believe this kid's a Division I player. I mean, she was tremendous.
Yeah, she really played well. She's such a shy little girl in here. She'll just barely say hello, and out on the court, she's a fierce competitor. I was really impressed with the way that she handled the ball and ran the team. And we have to recognize, too, the accomplishment of Neptune. 64 straight Shore Conference wins. That streak came to an end, but what a wonderful accomplishment it is for Coach Brown and his Neptune Scarlet Flyers.
Yeah, the Neptune community has a lot to be proud of, Dave. And by the way, Jess Harvey with these last-second shots at the end of quarters now is becoming a habit. I mean, she's just getting ridiculous. One game she made 2 from half court in the same game as the buzzer went off. The kids really got it down. Dave, the second game of the day was just terrific as well. We got to see, oh my God,
Blair and
St. John Vianney. How could I not remember that? We got to see Blair.
Everyone always forgets about Blair Academy not being in the Shore Conference. They came out ready to play, and they really showed that they're a talented team.
Oh, no question about it. They lost to St. Rose earlier in the year, so they wanted a little bit of Shore blood, and they got some. I know Dawn plays one of the toughest non-conference schedules of anybody in the state, year in and year out, and her team just did not shoot the ball well on Sunday. What were your thoughts about that?
Well, you can see that St. John Vianney has a lot of talent. Kat Egan, she's a great all-around player with her size and her ability. She can do a little bit of everything. Really phenomenal. I think as far as St. John Vianney goes, it's going to be up to Angela Esposito.
Agreed.
And to play with her. The more that she can do, the more that St. John Vianney will do the rest of the way.
Boy, Dave showing his Shore basketball knowledge there. I like that. Picking up those little details. Without a doubt, I agree with you. Esposito is going to be the key. But when they get Jill back, watch out. They could be really scary because she's an all-Shore type player. Now, let me tell you how good this kid is. Who's the best center in the Shore? I think most of us will almost all agree it's Sam Clark. I'm telling you, this kid is number 2 in line. And I'm not just talking about for the Shore. I'm talking about she may be the 2nd or 3rd best post player in the state. So St. John Vianney is going to get a huge boost here real soon, Dave.
Absolutely.
Now, Dave, the third game of the day was so exciting to me because of all the dynamics. And I'm talking Point Boro, and that wonderful defensive machine called St. Rose. Give me your thoughts about that game.
It had all the ingredients to be an epic game. You know, the battle, the star power between Kelly Hughes, Sam Clark, the two big Division I prospects going head to head. But, you know, neither of those, you know, players, it wasn't really about them. They were kind of neutralized. Obviously, the coaching staffs on each side really wanted to neutralize the talents of Sam and Kelly, and it was really more about the complementary players stepping up, you know, and showcasing their skills in a big way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, unfortunately for Point Boro, Jackson may have exposed something to them early in the year at the WOBM because people are doing what St. Rose doing. They put a player, in this case, Casey Chambers, on her. She face guards her. She doesn't even look at where the ball is. She just face guards her, and the few times that she does lose her, the other four players zone up, and if Kelly happens to get through them, they just kind of like four girls just run to her. So Point Boro may have to come up with some ideas on screens and things to help Kelly out a little bit.
Yeah, it's certainly it's a very difficult situation when someone's guarding you like that. You know, Casey Chambers' eyes never left the number 23 on her chest the whole game. You know, but Point Boro needs to get, you know, some more contributions. Kerry Malik stepped up really well. She did a great job on Sam Clark defensively, and she stepped up big offensively as well. Jess Mackey's going to need to step up for the Panthers as well. You know, it was great to see that these girls stepping up, but, you know, getting over to St. Rose, the winning team, you know, Morgan Barry was hitting shots, and Diana Malenga, she just owns the boardwalk.
Oh, man, she
18
does.
points. She was absolutely phenomenal distributing the ball and scoring the ball.
You're right about Diana Malenga. I mean, she just seems like when she gets to the boardwalk, the lights just on. She's just tremendous. And Dave showing his scores, his short skill knowledge right there, mentioning two players of Machi and Malik that most people don't think about or know about. Very nice, Dave. Showcasing your skills.
I hang out with you too much.
Now we go to our next game, Dave, which for my money was the marquee game of the day. But before we get to that, we got to discuss Coach Mackey. Coach Mackey comes every year to the Shore Conference, and he takes on the best team in the Shore. The guy ducks nobody. He doesn't come here and play the fifth or sixth best team in the Shore. He comes and plays the best team. He played Rumson 4 years ago when Rumson was in the TOC. He played St. John Vianney when they were ranked 1 in the state most of the year. They made it to the state championship, and then he took on Neptune. And now what does he do this year? He goes and picks on Manasquan. Coach Mackey, you do it the right way. You don't duck anybody. We can't say that about everybody in New York, Coach Mackey. We can't say that about everybody. But you are a gentleman who shows up and takes on the big boys. Because anytime you come play the best teams in the country, the best teams in the country, because they're right in here in the Shore, with their officials, people got to give you credit.
Yeah, Coach Mackey may be a little crazy for playing all these tough teams, but he's getting his players ready for college. And when you say Christ the King, the first thing that comes to everyone's mind is girls basketball.
That's right.
You know, Christ the King is girls basketball in New York. They're having a little bit of a down year, and a down year for Christ the King is still a great year for most high schools, so we should acknowledge that. But they came in and played probably one of the best girls high school teams New Jersey has ever seen.
Yes, indeed.
You know, with the point guard play, Caitlin Flattery, Michaela Mabry, Marina Mabry. I mean, that team is just flat out amazing, the skill and the athleticism that they have.
You know, and they played them without Hageman, who is a terrific player, who, and for my money, is a kid that Division I schools need to start paying attention to. The kid is talented. I mean, let's face it, she's talented, and she's doing things along with Sullivan that most big kids don't like to do. The dirty work. They rebound, they set the screens, and they don't complain. They do their job. They let the other three score. They're not looking to get awards or anything like that. They're terrific players, and they're going to be better college players. So I think that's an issue too, Dave. When you face this team, those two are also factors.
Yeah, you just don't know where to go with that team, how to defend them. They just have so many weapons. And, you know, Crescent King kept it close for a little bit. And, you know, their credit, they came out. They went up early on Manasquan early in the first half.
Yep.
They built up a lead, and Manasquan, just with that attack and, you know, that depth just wore them down.
Yeah, and one other thing, Dave. Michaela Mabry is a great defender. Michaela Mabry is a great passer. Michaela Mabry is a super leader. Now, look, there have been times in the past she shoots the ball too much, she does this. This girl is doing it all, folks. Defending, passing, rebounding, leadership. She's been terrific this year, and nobody can question any longer whether this kid is the most complete player that we've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely. There were so many times that she got steals. She would push the break the other way, whether she scored in transition or dish it off for assist. You know, she did a little bit of everything. You know, she could throw one-handed passes off the bounce with the right and left hand. I mean, it was just a treat to watch.
And by the way, speaking of Michaela, Marina Mabry, best freshman on the East Coast, one of the best freshmen in the country. Look, if you're the best freshman in the Shore Conference, which is the best conference in the country, then you're certainly one of the best players in America. Marina, good luck when you're a senior going to a top 5 school. All right, Dave, and finally we get to the last game of the evening, probably the best game of the day. Red Bank Catholic versus Jackson Memorial.
You missed a good one, Tiny. Jackson Memorial, RBC, great game. RBC gets up early. Second half, Jackson just chips away, chips away, chips away. Finally ties it up, under a minute to go to force overtime.
Wow, and I know Hannah Misery again on a big stage. 21 versus Manasquan. Great game versus Rumson. And now on another big stage at Battle of the Boardwalk, what does she do? She has another great night. The kid is absolutely sensational, Miss Misery.
Yeah, she's really a tremendous shooter, a really quick trigger. She hit 6 3-pointers in the night. Big one to tie it up with 55 seconds to go. But really the unsung hero for Jackson Memorial was Stephanie Mason. You know, right when RBC was on the verge of pulling away with this game, Stephanie Mason came up with a big basket time and time again, and she's really the one that really propelled them to force the game into overtime.
Yeah, Stephanie had a great game, 21 points. Hey, we're going to have to start calling Stephanie Mason Stephanie Big Shot Mason, because I spoke to George Solis a week ago after they played Rumson, and all he kept saying to me was, Tiny, Mason in my nightmares. It seems like every time Rumson made a run, this kid made a big shot. So she's becoming Big Shot Mason. And it's just a great day for Jackson. It's a shame somebody had to lose. Grace Fallon. Tell me about Grace Fallon.
Big time player for RBC. You know, she was, they facilitate everything through her. You know, really big game for Grace Fallon. She could do a little bit of everything. And she's really, you know, she's kind of the keys to the engine.
Look, Grace Fallon is terrific. Is she going to play lacrosse? Is she going to play basketball? All these questions. I don't know, but if I have a Division I scholarship, I'm giving it to Grace Fallon. 6 foot, shoot, dribble, pass. So unselfish, it's ridiculous. The most unselfish kid I know. Grace Fallon. She's a stud, Dave.
Yeah, and RBC is always so traditionally strong, and you can see that that program just continues to grow. You know, Coach really has his players in that program playing well, and that was the difference I feel in overtime. Is just RBC, they were poised and ready to play in overtime, and you know it was all green and gold.
Well, look, Joe Montano, come on, the guy's a legend. They're the Yankees of the Shore, the New York Yankees of the Shore. Every time people see that RBC green, they just get pumped up, ready to play, and it hasn't bothered Joe for years. Joe just deals with it better than anybody. He just can handle the pressure, and that rolls off to his kids, Dave.
And something that you if you weren't there, you didn't see all the college coaches that were in the building checking out these girls. Tiny, I know you know a couple of colleges. We'll rattle them off right now.
Oh, man, we had Rutgers in the building. We had Colgate in the building. We had Lehigh in the building. One of my oldest and dearest friends, Ann Donovan from Seton Hall in the building. We had Division II schools like Caldwell in the building. We had Rutgers Nork in the building. I mean, I can go on and on. We had a full house of coaches. We were very happy about that. I'm sorry I'm not mentioning everybody, but look, coaches, thank you for coming to the event, because why? When the coaches are there, it gives the event a little bit more juice. The kids play a little harder, and it makes things just a little bit more exciting.